Nowadays, suicides are suddenly on the rise, as if taking one's own life has never been so easy. No matter how much life tests you, committing suicide is never going to be an ideal solution to end all this. A person selfishly leaves the world in a moment, but at the same time also devastates an entire world who still wake up every day with the hope that it's all just a nightmare, with the hope that they might return back someday. This short story is a tribute to those who have ever thought about committing suicide. I hope after reading this story one understands the value of life. The story begins. Life was so boring for me. There was nothing left in my life to live for. My family was happy and busy in their own lives. My children were settled in their respective jobs. Friends were busy in their own lives. And I was feeling as if I have lost my importance somewhere. There was no purpose of my life anymore. I was content with the fact that I have nothing more to achieve, nothing more to look forward to. All of a sudden, I had started questioning my existence. Yes, I wanted to end my life. It was still dark outside. Sleep was miles away from me today. I looked at my watch. It was 4 a.m. I came out from my blanket, put on my slippers, and quietly came out from the house, shutting the door slowly so that it doesn't make any noise. I once looked back at the house I was leaving back. My sleeping kids, my beautiful wife, my parents. I bid all of them a final goodbye silently. I started my car and drove off for Nandi Hills. All of a sudden I was totally calm with no fear of leaving this world. Probably my mind had also accepted the fact that suicide is bliss. I passed by all the places where once I had spent enough time with my near and dear ones. There were so many great memories associated with each of them. The park where I played as a kid, the school where I grew up, the coffee shop where I first dated my wife, the IIM from where my kid passed out. But nothing was significant for me now. I tried to shrug off those thoughts, those memories, so that I don't become emotional. I now reached the topmost hill of Nandi Hills. It was quite windy at the top. I was barely able to stand still. I pulled up the neck of my jacket and climbed the barricade. I was now near the edge of the valley. I could see the deep valley down. It was beautiful. Soon I was going to be lost in the same deep valleys forever, I thought. And all of a sudden the same beautiful valley appeared frightening to me. I stretched my arm and was about to jump when my confidence gave up. My heartbeat was fast. Legs were fumbling. I was unable to jump from the height. It seemed frightening to me. I was now frustrated at myself. Why am I unable to take my own life? Visibly irritated, I returned back, kicked my car in anger, put it back in ignition and thought to drive it down to the forests. Maybe I'll find some wild animal which will tear my flesh apart. Soon I was amidst the dense forest with no trace of human civilization which I had left by now. I switched off the ignition and came out of the car. I was now waiting for the animals, maybe a leopard or a bear to do the rest. Suddenly, I saw an old man slowly coming towards me. He was quite old, with his wrinkles visible on his old skin. He was walking with the help of a stick, making a strange noise, but his eyes were full of energy. We exchanged eye contact for a while, and he smiled. The smile was contagious. He came near me and asked whether I have lost the way or the car has broken down. Irritated by his appearance out of nowhere and causing disturbance in my suicide plans, I just ignored him. He asked me again, and this time I had to say that I'm fine. He probably understood my irritation and started walking away from there. He was almost 100 meters away from me with his back still visible when suddenly the thought struck to my mind that why not he kills me? If I'm unable to kill myself, it's better to get killed by someone else. And what better place than this secluded forest where nobody will come to know about the incident at all? I called him. He stopped and saw me calling over through the gesture of my hands. He was soon in front of me. He told, "Yes, son. Tell me, you need any help?" I was a bit hesitant how to tell him that I want him to kill me. I said, "Baba, to be honest, I came here to commit suicide. But I'm unable to take my life through my own hands. It would be very much helpful if you do it." The old was perplexed and started scratching his head. Probably he was still thinking about this. He was unable to understand much on this. He became speechless. He paused, looked at my face angrily, thought for a while, and then asked how much I'd be giving to him. I happily handed over my entire wallet to him, which had more than 20,000 rupees in it. He took the wallet, touched the money, and gave me a satisfying look. He gave the wallet back to me and said that he'll take it once he completes his work. But he had a condition that he wanted to visit his son and consult him once about the consequences. I happily agreed, and soon we both were on our way towards his hut. On his way, he was very happy, maybe because of the huge money he was going to get. He asked me whether I have ever realized how beautiful the forest was. The greenery, the mesmerizing, beautiful butterflies, the dew on the leaves, the squirrel running across the tree, the sound of the cuckoo, the smell of the soil. Oblivious of all these, I was just casually saying a yes in between to make him happy. He then asked me to look at the sky, pointing his finger towards the rising sun. "Isn't the world beautiful?" I just laughed at him because he has never seen what world is all about, how big it is, what all luxuries he is deprived of. We kept walking for another few kilometers. I was tired by now. Suddenly we saw a small hut in the forest. We reached the entrance. I was not too keen to go inside. I asked him to go and come back soon, and if possible take his son along with him. Before going inside, he once again asked me the same question. "Isn't the world so beautiful?" "No," I replied. "I don't think so. The world will be the same even if we live or die. It's not beautiful. It's just bland and boring," I said. "Now please meet your son and come back soon, else I'll have to think about something else to end my life." As if the old man's entire energy vanished all of a sudden. It seemed his blood had been sucked by a vampire. His eyes were moist, and with a murmuring voice he replied, "You can't understand the meaning of regret at all." Saying this, he quickly went inside the hut. I kept waiting for him for almost an hour, anxiously passing my time, having smoked 10 cigarettes by the now. But still there was no sight of him coming out. Irritated by his laziness, I decided to enter inside and tell him to be at home. I'll manage something to kill myself. I entered the hut in frenzy and noticed there was no one except a middle-aged man resting inside. I asked him, "Where is your father?" The person was staring at me as if I have gone mad. "What happened? Why are you staring at me blankly?" "Just tell him that I am going back. He need not come with me anymore." I was almost furious and yelling at the top of my voice. "Excuse me, sir. What are you saying?" He pointed his fingers towards an old photograph of the same old man in a corner. "He died almost 7 years back. He had committed suicide." I was stumped. My entire body was trembling, and there was the voice echoing in my mind. You can't understand the meaning of regret at all. I came out of the house and looked at the sky. All of a sudden, the sun, the world, the trees, the butterflies, the fresh dew smell, everything appeared beautiful to me. I wiped off the tears from the corner of my eyes and started the car driving back home. Nowadays, suicides are suddenly on the rise, as if taking one's own life has never been so easy. No matter how much life